Disney just dropped one of the biggest waves of 2026 updates we've seen yet. New entertainment, major attraction changes, confirmed festival dates, huge ticket deals, and finally, all the Bluey and Bingo details. If you're planning a visit next year, this is the week to pay attention. I'm Julie from Main Street USA Studios. Let's jump into everything you need to know. The big character update this week is that Bluey and Bingo are officially coming to the parks. This was announced months ago, but we now have some solid details. Beginning March 22nd of 2026, the Fantasyland Theatre at Disneyland Park will transform into Bluey's school for a new interactive experience. Throughout the day, guests will be able to watch Bluey and Bingo on stage with a troupe of actors and musicians, bringing some key moments to life from the show. The experience includes dances, live music, and fan-favorite games like Keepy Uppy. Plus, there will be themed areas like a gnome village and a fairy garden. And Troubadour Tavern right next to Fantasyland Theatre will be offering new foods inspired by Bluey. And if you're interested, Bluey and Bingo are also heading to Walt Disney World and some of the Disney Cruise Line sailings. Bluey is super popular, and we expect this to be a very popular attraction at the Fantasyland Theatre. We're still waiting to hear exactly how long the new Bluey and Bingo experience will stick around. Disney is calling it a limited time offering, but how limited is still a mystery. If we look back a bit at recent years, Pixar Fest ran through spring and summer in 2024, but then in 2025, Pixar Fest did not return because the 70th celebration kicked off in late spring and took over the calendar. And now for 2026, Pixar Fest is off the schedule again since the 70th celebration continues through most of the summer. That said, with Bluey debuting in March 2026 and no Pixar Fest coming in to take over Fantasyland Theatre, it's very possible the show could enjoy a long run. And Disney made a ton of other announcements this week about what's coming in 2026 as well, from returning entertainment to new attraction updates and limited time celebrations. One of the biggest updates for 2026 is that the 70th anniversary celebration will continue through August 9th. All the anniversary entertainment is returning actually in January, including World of Color Happiness at DCA, Tapestry of Happiness, and favorites like the Celebrate Happy Cavalcade. Wondrous Journey sometimes has the fireworks, that's the show at Disneyland, and the Paint the Night Parade. If you didn't catch the 70th this year, 2026 gives you lots of time to see the full lineup. Also check out the Disney 70th playlist on Spotify, super fun way to get ready for park visits. Disney also confirmed dates for all the major 2026 festivals, and it's a packed schedule across both parks and Downtown Disney. Lunar New Year will run first up at DCA from January 23rd to February 22nd, celebrating the Year of the Horse with appearances by Horace Horsecollar, plus all new Mickey and Friends character outfits inspired by Chinese and Vietnamese attire. And so if you aren't familiar with Horace Horsecollar, don't feel bad. He is a super original, think 1929 Disney character. Horace is friends with Mickey, and he is dating Clarabelle Cow, and that is all that we know about him. Celebrate Gospel moves to Downtown Disney for 2026. It previously was performed in the Fantasyland Theatre, but now it will be in the Downtown Disney live stage with 2 weekends of performances in February 20th to 21st and February 27th to 28th. It is headlined this year by Hezekiah Walker and Yolanda Adams. Anaheim Ducks Day returns to DCA on February 22nd, one of our favorite days of the year, with player appearances, themed entertainment, and fan-favorite photo ops. The Food and Wine Festival is coming back to DCA from March 6th to April 27th, complete with those marketplace food and wine booths, culinary demos, tasting seminars, and family-friendly entertainment. And Disney on the Yard Fest returns on June 19th, Juneteenth, with drum majors, a drum line, and special performances in Downtown Disney. Then in August, Disney kicks off D23 Day on August 13th because the following 3 days, August 14th, 15th, and 16th, are the actual D23 conference days in Anaheim at the Convention Center and Honda Center. For the fall travelers, Disney has confirmed dates for its major seasonal events. Halloween Time at Disneyland Resort will run from August 21st to October 31st, 1 day earlier than last year, likely so that it will fall on a Friday. bringing back seasonal overlays, giant pumpkins, and character costumes. Running alongside Halloween season, Plaza de la Familia returns to DCA from August 21st to November 2nd with live entertainment, marigold displays, and tributes to the spirit and traditions featured in Coco. Recall that Plaza de la Familia is tied to Dia de los Muertos, Day of the Dead, not Halloween. Dia de los Muertos is celebrated on November 1st and 2nd, so Plaza de la Familia always stays running 2 days past the Halloween season. Unfortunately, the new Coco attraction seems to be at the very beginning of its construction, so we have no hopes that this is going to be ready for the season, but we will be watching. As for the winter months, the holidays at the Disneyland Resort officially will begin November 18th, which is odd because that is 4 days later start than this year, 2025. And it isn't on a Friday or weekend, it starts on a Wednesday in 2026, so we aren't sure about that change. Of course, the holiday season includes the return of the fan favorite Festival of Holidays at DCA, which is the DCA Marketplace Booth Fest, featuring a diverse array of holiday traditions. And then a major attraction headline announcement is that Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run is getting an entirely new mission featuring the Mandalorian and Grogu, debuting May 22nd of 2026, which happens to be the same weekend the new film releases in theaters. We'll also see the return of Hyperspace Mountain for a limited run starting April 28th. This is when Space Mountain gets that Star Wars overlay. Another major update coming to Soarin', which will switch to Soarin' Across America beginning July 2nd, 2026, in honor of America's 250th anniversary. The new version will take guests over iconic U.S. locations like natural landscapes and big major city skylines. We kind of love this. It gives the ride a nice refresh. We're also confident the older versions like Soarin' over California and Soarin' Around the World will make limited time comebacks like the California version did in the past. And we were super happy to see the Disneyland Railroad guided tour is returning on January 16th with bookings opening January 8th, including access to the historic Lily Bell. The price for this tour is $145 per guest. This is on top of your entrance ticket. We don't know yet if this price will increase when the bookings reopen, though. The previous tour started with a beverage and pastry, followed by a guided walk through the park, listening to stories about where the idea behind Walt's train creations first started. Then you got to see the Disneyland Park Roundhouse, which is not open to the public, so sort of behind the scenes there. Then the finale was you got to ride Disneyland Railroad special presidential car, which is the Lily Bell. The Lily Bell is that caboose car, and its decor was designed by Walt's wife, Lillian Disney. We rode in the Lily Bell once for free. There used to be occasions you could ride the Lily Bell for free if it happened to be running and if they were allowing it that day. Of course, we're fairly certain that any opportunities to ride for free are totally gone due to this new tour, but we would recommend it. Last week we reported on Costco's Disney ticket deal. This week Disney has two of its own deals. First up, the Kids Summer Ticket Offer. So this is for visits between May 22nd and September 7th. You can start purchasing on January 21st. A one-day park hopper ticket will be $50. Two-day park hopper is $100, and three-day park hopper is $150. This is honestly an amazing deal, assuming you don't have an annual pass. You do have to use the days before September 7th, and once you use one day, you'd have to use the other 1 or 2 days within 13 days of the first visit. Of course, that's the typical policy, though, for multi-day passes. Considering the lowest one-day park hopper in May currently for kids is $189, the $50 ticket is definitely a steal. Remember that these tickets sell out, though, so set a reminder for January 21st if interested. And then a reminder of the California resident deal. This one was announced in October, but we'll remind you here as tickets just went on sale this week. If you are a California resident, you can purchase 3-day park hopper tickets for $83 a day per person for a total cost of $249, or a 3-day park hopper ticket with Lightning Lane Multipass for $117 per person per day for a total cost of $351. This offer is available for visits between January 1st through May 21st. So unfortunately, the dates for the California resident deal end when the child ticket deal begins. Also note that you do have to buy a 3-day for this one. You can't get the $83 price for just a 1 or 2-day ticket. Some hotel savings too. We're excited about these. You can save up to 25% on stays of 3 or more nights from January 1st to May 21st. and then again up to 25% on stays of 4 or more nights between May 22nd and September 7th, depending on availability. So 3 nights kind of in the spring and 4 in the summer. And this is super exciting because this time the weekends are not excluded, which they have been in the past. And make sure to book these early too. These deals are very limited and they definitely will fill up. And closure and construction updates starting in Disneyland. No closures at all this holiday season, which is awesome. We appreciate that for sure. On January 12th, the Mark Twain Riverboat closes after the holidays are over. We don't see a reopening date for this one yet. And also on January 12th, the Haunted Mansion will close, likely for its transformation back to the original ride without the Nightmare Before Christmas overlay. Over in DCA, we also have a fully open park through December. And then on January 5th, Grizzly River Run, Inside Out, Emotional Whirlwind, and Incredicoaster all close on the same day. And then on January 12th, Lamplight Lounge and the Lamplight Boardwalk Dining close for some sort of refurbishment. We haven't heard much about this one. Of course, Avengers Campus is still underway in DCA. The pathway between Cars Land near Luigi's that leads to Avengers Campus is still closed. And in downtown Disney, the former ESPN zone is coming closer to its new shape for Lululemon, coming soon, no date yet. And the new Earl of Sandwich, which includes the Carnaby, the gastro pub, which will sit on the second floor of Earl of Sandwich, is looking closer to complete every day. And the former Tortilla Joe's is demoed, but still looks like this as of last weekend. This one seems barely far off still. Alright friends, that's all the big updates for this week. So much happening in 2026, and I'll keep you posted as more drops.
Thanks so much for watching, everyone. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe for more.